Well, my name is Gerald Knaus. I'm running a think tank, the European Stability Initiative, that has worked on the Balkans and on Albania for more than 10 years now. And I've been here a few times. Well, I think in some ways Albania is at a very interesting moment because it is clear that a certain form of growth based on remittances and building and construction is come to an end. So the interesting question now is how do you move beyond that? And there are two dangers. I mean, one is no vision. You look at the status quo and you think, well, we don't really know how to change it. The other vision is dreams. That's also dangerous because it's not linked to the real society. So, for example, to dream of high-tech Albania when your average population, hasn't worked in a factory for the last 20 years, I think is talking about a place that doesn't really exist. So what you need is a strategy that is realistic and look for models how other countries in a similar situation to Albania today have radically transformed themselves in a short period of time and have been able to catch up with the rich Europeans. And I think the goal of policy making and policy debate should be to identify those realistic but transformative visions. Look, the key for any innovation is basically you take the raw materials that are on the table, that is there, and you try to find whatever is there, and you need to know what is there, and then you recombine them in different ways. It's like entering a room and opening a door. When you open the door in that room, you enter a new room where there are 3 doors. So as you combine what you have, you grow. Now the challenge is identify what you have. So if you look at sectors, identify what Albanians' skills are, what they already do. And then think, all right, with the right kind of support, with the right kind of ideas, with the right kind of incentives, what could these people that are there now today with their skills do in 5 years that is different? Because the vision for growth, really, if you break it down to society, is that every Albanian 10 years from now should do something different from what they do now. And if you find those ways, if I could take textiles, it can be a very low tech, low skill, low wage industry. But Japan, Hong Kong, Korea, all of them went through a phase when it was their major export. And then it moved out. But the reason it's useful to go through that phase in which you develop inside a sector where there is a big market in Europe, you develop the skills, you raise the wages because people become much better at what they do. They don't just sew, they have computers that cut, they make the designs, they order the things themselves. If you have this as a vision, you can move to it in 5 years. You can create 30, 40,000 jobs in 5 years. I think this is the key. Tourism, which already exists, build on it, more value added. Textiles already exists, but build on it. In Turkey, the wages are 3 times what they are here, in that sector. Other production, look at what is here, combine those skills, because people in the end are the major ingredient. Combine those skills and move forward. Well, look, the comparative advantages of Albania, the first one is, in fact, its geography. Now, for the last 20 years, it looked like this was a problem because that region was all in chaos. Today, Montenegro is, about to, it's already negotiating with the EU. Croatia has joined the EU. Albania is in NATO. Everybody's moving. This is a little group of countries that are basically stable in the middle of what is still one of the richest economic zones in the world. Yes, Greece is in trouble, but Greece's per capita GDP is still a lot higher than here. Italy is in trouble, but Italy is still one of the G8. Turkey is booming. So Albania is in the middle. And Albanians are used to move. They are actually quite open. They are forced to be open. If you can turn this, being in the middle of this region of experiments, being close to the biggest market in the world, which is the EU, into an advantage, by a young and inquisitive population that can learn new things, you'll succeed. We have entrepreneurs. I want them to go out and look at what other entrepreneurs in the region or in the rest of Europe that is relevant to them already do, because I believe that when they see things, they'll apply it. They will be successful. We have smart students. How can we make the education system not for the few elites who go to high tech? This will not work. Your average 14-year-old Albanian, why shouldn't he be one of the best educated young 14-year-olds in Europe? Why shouldn't Albania, when it goes to the PISA test next time, be among the top performers? This is about motivating your teachers, not about money. How do you get your teachers to be motivated, inspired? These are concrete things that reflect realism, but a faith in the people. I think that's the core message I would send.